So in the wake of James Comey's firing, there have been calls for an independent special prosecutor to step in and take over the Russian election interference probe. My next guest is not among them. Senate Intel Committee member James Lankford says the career FBI agents still present will carry that ball forward. And he joins us now. Senator, good to have you with us tonight.
Thanks, good
Welcome.
to be with you.
So I understand that you were in a meeting that the president was leading this evening or later this afternoon. Was any of this brought up there? What did he talk about?
I had some brief conversation with the president about it. We were meeting on tax policy and trying to work through some issues there. We also had a brief conversation, he and I did, about this firing and what happened and some of the timing and the why. And my dominant issue with him is many Americans will say they understand. Comey's been a very controversial figure for a while. The big issue Americans are looking for is why right now. It made sense in January. It doesn't make as much sense now. And his answer was very clear. It's what the vice president has said before. When Comey's boss is now in place, who's only been there a couple weeks, Mr. Rosenstein, when he came on board, met with Comey. He and Comey did not connect, had some issues there, and he made the recommendation to the president, this is not going to work long term, that we've got to have somebody in there that will have the trust of the American people. And he made the recommendation, and the president made a decision to say, all right, do it. Follow through on what your recommendation is. So just that straightforward.
Did you ask him if he had become frustrated that James Comey, that he watched Clapper and Yates both suggest that there was no collusion that they had found evidence of? He never really got that clearly stated from the FBI director, and the indication is that frustrated him.
No, we had no conversation about the Russia involvement at all. I serve on the Senate Intelligence Committee. I wouldn't even bring that up in a one-on-one conversation with the president at all.
Right.
But he also said it was very straightforward. Obviously, the American people have lost trust for Comey. Comey, I think, has been a very solid servant of the people. I think he's done what he could do. He's been in a very difficult position that, quite frankly, the Clinton campaign put him into. Once Hillary Clinton was taking private information home, it put him in a very difficult situation there. I think he made the best of a bad situation, but he was second-guessed all over,
right,
and he was damaged.
So in terms of this testimony, two things from Catherine Herridge's report that we just heard. James Comey is expected to speak with your Intel Committee on Tuesday behind closed doors. What do you hope to learn in that? And has your approach changed given the fact that he's now a private citizen?
No, our approach will obviously stay consistent. We're trying to get all the facts and to be able to pull the facts out. We have the responsibility of oversight of the entire process of what's happening not only with the FBI, what's happening in the intelligence community, the documents that have been gathered, how they were gathered, and all the information that's there. FBI obviously has all of their investigation to do. So we've worked with the FBI all along. They have a separate track, which we're providing oversight for. The FBI will continue on that same track. There are career prosecutors that are there. James Comey is not conducting the day-to-day investigation of this. He does final sign-off on things, but it's the career folks that have been there that are very solid in that investigation. They will continue on that investigation, and they will quickly have someone to be able to make that final call in the interim time period until we get a new director. So our process is going to remain the same, but we will still have very similar questions for James Comey.
And there's a subpoena now for Mike Flynn. Tell me about that.
That's correct. Mike Flynn was supposed to turn documents over to us by yesterday. He did not do that, according to we understand to his counsel.
What kind of documents are you looking for there?
Well, we have subpoenaed a large number of documents, everything related to the questions we've given him, but I'll leave that out there. But we have a large document research that we've pursued for him. He didn't turn those documents over, so we've subpoenaed those documents. We do expect them to be delivered to us.
In terms of a special prosecutor, you feel confident that the committees that are in place that are investigating this can do the job, or do you think that's necessary?
I don't think that's necessary. Let the FBI finish their work and the career folks that are there at FBI. If there's a dissatisfaction at the end of it or what they found, then we'll get a chance to address something from there. But nothing goes faster with a special counselor coming out. Remember, it was 6 years for the Iran-Contra investigation. Yeah. It was 3 years in the Watergate. It was a full year just for Waco in that investigation, and that was a pretty straightforward investigation with no classified documents. It doesn't go faster with an independent counsel. Let them finish our work. Let us finish our work in the Committee on Oversight as well. We've already been on this 5 months. Let us continue that out, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Already a lot of entities that have the job of getting to the bottom of this, and as you say, you're all in the middle of this journey. So, Senator Lankford, always good to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Good to talk to you as well. Thanks.
So the issue of the special